Hello everybody, it's Eric from Trimmed and Burning, back again to talk about aliens in the Bible. This is episode 3. Go back and watch the first 2 episodes if you haven't yet. It'll be a nice, beginning lesson into what we're talking about today and to kind of catch you up what we're talking about. But in this episode, we're going to talk a lot about UFOs and even the rapture and some end times in biblical prophecy. So,
Trimmed and burning. Keep your man. Trimmed and burning.
So, the first question, are UFO sightings real? So we've talked about how we believe in aliens and that aliens are interdimensional beings. But UFO sightings, these flying craft, seem to be a real phenomenon that go along with these alien encounters or these alien sightings. And I do believe UFO sightings are very possible due to the fact that the angels and the demons and other spirits can shift shapes like we talked about in the last episode. It would be nothing for me to believe they could, create some kind of a spacecraft and come in looking like a little gray man of some sort if they wanted to trick you into believing something they wanted you to believe. But I do believe most UFOs and even alien abductions are evil in nature. I believe they're part of evil spirits tricking humanity into believing that something is possible that's not quite the truth. It's true that they're beings from other dimensions, like I believe, but I believe that they're trying to set up some kind of a delusion or a trick on humanity. I believe the good aliens, the good angels, disguise themselves as humans when they interact with us most of the time. In Hebrews 13:2, we read about that, how you could entertain angels and not even be aware of it. When there's other places in the Bible that they're mistaken for human beings, and it seems to be the good ones from God. So I do believe the good ones seem to make themselves known as human, and they're not there to freak you out or to pretend to be something they aren't. Now, there have been increased alien sightings since the 1940s.
Wow.
There have been a high volume of UFO sightings since then, and one of the most popular ones is the Roswell story, one of the greatest known UFO sightings. That's from 1947. And there's also stories of things they nicknamed Foo Fighters back in World War II, where they thought there were some alien crafts and alien beings working along the Germans. So we know that in the 1940s, a lot of this activity seemed to increase. And what's interesting is the nation of Israel came back as a nation in the year 1948, the following year, so in the 1940s. And this was a sign of the end times. Israel was prophesied to return as a nation in the end. So I can imagine the spirits of evil, they know the Bible better than you and I, better than most people. So they knew when Israel came back as a nation, and when they heard word that they were going to come back as a nation, they knew their time was short, and I believe they knew the next part of God's plan, the rapture. But I believe these alien sightings and the UFO sightings are setting up a coming delusion for humanity. I believe the governments of the world are slowly admitting to UFOs because of this, that perhaps they're being coerced, knowingly or unknowingly, by these alien beings into believing that there are UFOs and there are these beings from other planets or other galaxies, and I believe they're from other dimensions and they can appear as whatever they want to look like. But I believe it's tied to Israel coming back as a nation in 1948, and I believe that's why these things have been picked up so frequently. Now we're about to talk about UFOs and the rapture. The rapture is the next part in God's plan, and I believe that's why UFOs are appearing as tricks again. I believe most UFO sightings are evil in nature because the angels, the evil angels and the demons and the other spirits are here to set up a trick, I believe. Because the next part of God's plan is to come and take us, just like he did to Enoch back in Genesis, it says. God is about to take us. Jesus Christ himself will come and take out his church, his body, before the tribulation comes. And that's the rapture. And that's going to be a very noticeable thing across the globe when many people just disappear unknowingly. And this is why the staging of the UFO sightings and the alien abductions, I believe, are happening. I believe it's the spirits, the evil spirits, and their plan to lie about the rapture. So when after it happens, the world believes there was some great alien abduction and they'll believe what is ever told to them. I believe this is where the normalizing of alien abductions and sightings are around and how it will explain away the rapture. But thank you again for listening, everybody, to us talk about aliens and what the Bible may say. Just remember again, keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Remember that Jesus Christ died for you. And if you didn't know that, he did. He loves you. He came for you. He died on the cross. And if you believe in him, you have eternal life. And if you believe in Jesus Christ, you know you are to keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Share the gospel. Make everybody aware that time is short and the day of salvation is today. So thank you again, everybody. My name is Eric from Trimmed and Burning. And keep your lamps trimmed and burning.
almost over, almost over, almost over.